trainer, he's a coach, and most importantly, he's a pastor in leadership, organizational excellence, and people management. So I want to tell you that we have someone who is experienced enough to tell us what it entails in bookkeeping and accounting in business. With a standing ovation, I want us to welcome Pastor Reverend Charles Obisesan. I don't know, a lot of people don't know him as Charles. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are looking at bookkeeping and accounting in business. Here we have, I think when we were looking at using fintech, we had a panel discussion, and one of the things we discussed is telling people some of the things that are required when you want to access a loan in a bank. One of the things that the bank wants to see is that you have kept your books, you have prepared yourself. Your business is not scattered here and there, you know. But nonetheless, we still see people struggling in keeping their books. So the first question is, why is it generally challenging for many businesses, especially small businesses, to keep accounts? What can be done? How can we encourage them to keep their books?
Okay. Thank you, sir. And thank you for having me today. Maybe I should start by saying you don't have a business having a business if you don't make your business your business. You don't have a business. Can I have more clarity on this mic? You don't have a business having a business if you will not make your business your business. Or you can even put it this way. You don't have a business having a business if you don't make your business the business. You know, when you look at the scriptures, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11, it says that you should mind your own business. Mind your business. So, and one of the major ways that will show anybody, and even you yourself, that you are minding your business and that you are serious about your business is the record that you are keeping. If you don't have records, you don't have business. It's as simple as that. You know, because because the thing is, what are you doing? You are just playing. Because when I'm going to be sharing with you 21 reasons why you should have you should keep records. Don't worry, I'll just read them for you. 21 reasons why you must keep your keep records of your business. You know, and I think one of the major challenges that the people have is because they don't see their business beyond where it is. You don't see your business beyond where it is. You don't see the future in that business. You only hope for a future for that business. And hope is not a factor of production. It's not. It's not a factor of production. You know, land, capital, and what? You know, hope is not a so the point is that even if you are expecting, because hope is an expectation. So if you have an expectation, that word expectation is a positive word, meaning that there's something you have to do in order for you to show that you have that expectation. So I think that one of the major reasons is because people don't actually see beyond where they are in their business, and because of that, they don't see the importance or the need to keep records. And I think the other reason is because they don't know the advantages or the benefits of keeping records. And I think that's why we're here today and this month. They don't really know the advantage. And maybe sometimes they feel, maybe the third reason is they feel that keeping records is something so difficult, so complex. But I'm going to let you see that it's a very simple thing. Very, very simple. We're just going to simplify it completely, so that, you know that, well, at your level, you keep the records at your level. And then, of course, you grow as you go. You grow as you go. So, but at your level, you keep what. So, how do you do it? What records are you going to keep? We just look at. I'll go through all those ones briefly, and then, and we release you from there. Yes.
All right, sir. So one of the challenges that I've also discovered is that people don't keep records, because they find it difficult to separate themselves from the business. They think because it's my business, especially on structured businesses, they can spend money even when they are spending their capital, they don't know because they are not keeping these businesses.
Records.
I think it's high time we see the reasons why we should keep those records so that we don't go into our capitals.
All right. So let me just because that's one of the points I'm going to raise under these points. When we talk about bookkeeping and accounting, what are we actually saying? We're simply saying keeping records of your financial transactions. Simple. Just keeping records of your financial transactions. Even
Must I write it down? Must I put it down?
I'm going there.
Because I have an auntie that she can, everything is in her head.
Sorry, that brain will
She
disappoint.
can tell you things that happened 10 years ago.
Yes, she can.
With her business.
Yes, but then there's some information she may not remember, which will be vital, and she may not because look. The thing is, the only thing that doesn't forget is a piece of paper. Even the computer forgets. So that's why you put it in cloud. And if the cloud decides to so that's how you have backups. All right. So even backups have failed me. Sometimes. So there was a time that I have this external hard drive. That I had a lot of messages, a lot. One day the thing crashed and everything crashed. Trainings, everything, years of work. But the ones I wrote on piece of paper, they are still there till tomorrow. Now I'm not negating soft copies. I'm not negating it. I'm just saying that some things still work. But let me just take it one step after the other. That bookkeeping and accounting is simply keeping records, your financial records, records of your financial transactions, writing them down, not on pieces of paper, but in a book. A book, not on small book, a book that you know that for anything to make this book get lost, something must happen. Not your church diary. Not your church diary. Because that one you don't even read it at all. You take notes in church, but when you get home you don't. So now the point is, and record keeping is so important, that even God keeps records. I'm sure you know that. God keeps records. But talking about our business, why do you need to keep records? So I'm going to run through 21 reasons, and I know there'll be more, but I just want to run through 21 reasons why you should keep your records of your financial transactions. Number one is so that you can remember. You can remember. Because the brain can easily forget, just like I said before. All right? So that you can remember. So remembrance is one of the major things, the reasons why you keep records, so that you can remember. You know, there's some transactions that I made some years ago. I don't even remember. Do you understand? I don't remember. But some guy may remember, but I may remember, and that there's some that remember that he may not remember. So, but when we have records, you know, you discover that you don't forget. Number two is to have history. History of how things have, you know, started in your company. How, you know, how you maybe you started with earning 1,000 naira or 10,000 naira. So you have, it helps you to have history of your business, of your financial transactions, your income and expenditure, you know, and all that of your business. Number three reason why you need to keep records of your business is so that you can know the flow of money. The flow of money. That is the inflow and the outflow. Meaning the income and the expenditure. The sales and the purchases, okay, in your business. Like the income, you know, maybe from your clients, if you are a consultant, or sales, if you are, you know, maybe if you sell products and things like that. All right. So it helps you to know the flow of money. All right, both income and expenditure. What is it that is bringing in this money? Okay, so and then the expenses. What is it that is taking this money? It helps you to know the flow of money. Number four, it also helps you to know your profit or your loss. Your profit or your loss. It helps you to know the profit. Number five, it helps you to know whether your business is doing well or not. See, the fact that you are making sales does not mean your business is thriving. No. The fact that every day, you know, people are buying, it does not mean that your business is doing well. Selling, it does not equal to profits, and selling does not equal to life. You can be making sales, and then as you are selling, you are spending. You are selling and spending. You are selling and spending, and then, you know, you sell, and then say, okay, buy me recharge card. Buy me a bottle of Coke. Is it a business expense or a personal expense? I said, uncle, you know, I need this. I need this money to do so. Okay, because somebody just sold goods of 20,000 naira. Okay, so maybe Sunday just came and they asked me for money. Okay, so Uchenna, that 20,000 way them bring, just tell them that bring 10,000 from here. You take that 10,000 and give that person. That's not business. That's household. That's not business. That's not business. So the fact that you are selling does not mean that your business is thriving. But you need, when you keep records, even that money that you give out, if you keep a record of it, say, the way I'm going, I don't see a future in this business. Are we together? So number 6. So it also helps you to know whether your bank position is right. Whether your bank position is right. You know, because the bank may be overcharging you, and you don't know. You may make some deposits in the bank, and you may not know. Or the bank may not record it. It may not be in your bank statement. Am I right? The accountant is there, he will agree with me. You may not know. That's why accountants do what we call bank reconciliation. And there's even another thing that we use to make money now as accountants, you know, because we discovered that so a lot of big companies, you know, that have a lot of transactions and all that, the banks overcharge them bank charges. So we have what we call we do a consultants where we call that is called excess bank charges. So we help you to to know whether the bank has charged excessively, and so we help you to determine the excess charges, and then we present to the bank then pays you back the excess charges, and we charge you a commission from it. Shikena. In Jesus' name. Okay, so all right, so it helps you to know that. And number 7, it helps you to know your debtors. The people that are owing you, how much they are owing, and for how long have they been owing. Record keeping will help you to do that. The same thing, number 8, it will help you to know your creditors. How much are you owing them? What are you owing them for? And then how long have you been owing them? These things will help you. Number what? I just want to be sure that you're following. Number 9, it also will help you to know your asset position. See, every business has some assets. Some assets. Maybe, see, do you know that some little things that maybe you use your phone for your business. That phone is an asset. That phone that you use for your business. Now, my wife has 2 phones. There is one dedicated to our business. That one dedicated to our business is a business phone. So that's an asset. So it will help you to know your assets, because you're going to have a record of assets. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share with you the records. It will help you to know the assets, whether current or fixed and all that. Then number 10, it also will help you to know your stock position. If you are the one that has that deals with stocks, like the inventory, yes, you have to know your inventory position. It will help you to know to even know when you need to reorder. When you are going out of stock and all that. Which item is going out of stock and all that. And then of course it will even help you to know now whether there's something wrong with the stock. Maybe one of your stuff is free. If you don't have records of it, how will you know that somebody is free? Are you getting what I'm saying? Very important. Number 11, the record keeping and accounting will also help you to plan. It will help you to plan for your business, to plan for the year. All right. It will help you to make projections. Okay, so because you have a record of your sales for this year, you can now make projections. So if I make these sales, all right, this year or this month, the next month, I can project to make 10% more, or next year I can project to make 10%. Now, because you have a record, so there's something you can refer to. It's a reference point for you to project into the future. All right. Then number 12, it also will help you to make major financial decisions, like business expansion. All right. It will help you to start major business decisions. Number 13, it will help you to know if and when, this, like you said earlier, if and when you are dipping your hands into your capital. And that's very important. That's very important. Some business people they have not separated themselves from their businesses. You are still taking money for ugu from your business. Money for stockfish from the business. No, it shouldn't be. Now, even if your business is just starting, there is a way you can discipline yourself and say to yourself, you know what? From this business, I'm going to be setting aside, this amount of money for my upkeep, because that's my only source of income. So I set aside, an amount for my upkeep and all that, and then so that that's an allowance you are giving to yourself, and then you keep to yourself because you don't want that business to die. Very important. So to help you to know, or help you not, to know whether you're putting your hands into your business. And then, of course, number 14, it will help you to prepare financial statements. Financial statements, because that's what that will lead me to the next point, which is number 15. It will help you to access credits for your business. That is, we say when you go to the bank, you want to expand. You see that it's like business is booming. You want to expand, and you don't have enough money for the expansion. You want to approach a bank. what the bank will ask from you, they don't want to see your shop first. They want to see your records first. Am I correct, Ugo? That's what they want to see first. They want to see your records. They want to see your bank transactions. That's why, let me just quickly say this, that as a business person, please, please, and please, ensure that you bank all your income first, as much as possible, before you spend it. Especially for those that do cash business. It will help you. It will help you to discipline yourself. It will help you to monitor your transactions, and it will also help you so that when you are talking to your bankers, all right. Even when you like when you want to even go for visa and things like that, it will help you because they'll say bring your bank statements, and when they see those transactions, okay, yeah, this guy is doing something with us. Are you getting what I'm saying? Very important. So you need it in order for you to access credits from your bank. And then, of course, the next thing is also your record keeping also will help you in sourcing equity participation. Because if you cannot go to your bank, but you want to go to a friend, maybe you want to come to Ugo on a personal basis, the fact that is your friend, the first thing I would ask you, and I'm sure he will ask you, he's a banker, I'm an accountant, so we always reason the same way. He will ask you, can I see your records? Can I see your financial records? I want to look at them. Am I right? I want to look at them. So that's why it's important for you to do that. All right. Then, of course, number 17, it will help you to prevent and detect fraud as much as possible. Record keeping will help you to either prevent it or detect it as much as possible. You may not be able to detect all frauds, but as much as possible, record keeping will help you. Then, of course, number 18, now it will help you know your liquidity or your cash position. How much cash do I really have? Because the fact that you made so much sales may not mean you have so much money. Are we together? Because most of those sales may be on credit. All right, maybe on credit, and you have so many goods in store, and you discover that now most of the goods you have in store, they are actually not your goods because you bought them on credit. But record keeping will help you to know that, hey, these things I have, they are really not mine. This much money I have in the bank is not actually mine. So it will help you to know your cash position. And then, of course, Number 19, it will help you track your progress and know your financial strength. You track your progress. How much progress am I making? It's in record keeping. It will help you when you have accounts. All right? When you keep your records, it will help you. And of course, that's 19. Oh, good. And then, of course, record keeping and accounting show that you have a vision for your business. They show that you have a vision for that business. Because if you are keeping records of them, what you are saying to yourself is, in the next 10 years, I want to be able to look at what I was doing 10 years ago and say, wow, so this is where I'm coming from. And then, of course, I want to be able to project into the future and say, you know what, if I'm making this now, I want to be making this in the next 10 years. It will help you. It shows that I have a vision for this business. I'm going somewhere, all right? And of course, finally, it also shows that you are serious about the business. Like I said when I started, you don't have a business having a business if you will not make your business your business. I'll say that again. You don't have a business having a business if you don't make your business your business. And keeping records is a proof that you are serious about your business. I rest my case.
Please, a round of applause for him. Please, if you have any question, begin to prepare your question. But I want to ask, cash, they say, is fungible.
Yes.
So how do you marry the fungibility of cash and record keeping?
Okay.
So you're selling phone, you're selling slippers, you're selling this. You can take, well, you can rob Peter to pay Paul, then how do you marry those things in record keeping?
You see, the thing is, excuse me, that's why record keeping is good. But you have to be good with your record keeping. Because if I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, so do I let Peter know that I'm robbing him and let Paul know that I robbed Peter to pay you? You understand what I'm saying? So that means that if I take money from here to finance that business, all I need to do is to write in this items record that I took 100,000 from here to invest into buying those phones. So I take it from my books business to fund my phone business, and so my phone business records it as a loan from my book business. So the book business says I gave a loan to phone business, and phone business I received a loan from book business. So now when you have such record in place, at the end of the day you can reconcile. Do you understand? So that's why record keeping is important. But if I don't keep those records, I may not even remember that, and especially if I have different products I'm selling. So I can pick from this and fund that, I keep picking from that, or even I have different companies. If I don't have those records, I would somewhere I'll be confused. All right? But I don't want to task my brain. In fact, I think one of the other reasons why you need 22 is that it reduces stress. It takes away stress. Write it. It takes away stress from you because figures could be stressful for those who are not accountants. It could be stressful. You may be in business, but you may not like figures. People like me, I love figures. Because I'm an accountant, I love figures. So the point is that. Just to answer your question, sir, when you have records, it will help you to know when you are robbing Peter to pay Paul, and Paul knows that Peter has been robbed to pay you. And don't forget, Peter is coming back for his money. And I think that will help us.
Let's appreciate Pastor. Okay, so for somebody like me, I find it difficult writing. Yes. And that is why the banks have, realized this and provided us with computers, laptops and all that, and apps. Are there apps as an accountant where you can use to monitor all these things and keep your records correctly?
I know that there are apps.
Especially for small-scale businesses.
I think there's one they call Zoho or something. There's Zoho, that's for small businesses. There is also even QuickBooks. There's QuickBooks for small businesses. And I think that Zoho and QuickBooks can help, can help you in keeping those records. But even if you cannot keep all those ones, use your Excel. Use Excel. Let's use Excel. But I know that I don't because I don't use apps for those records. So I don't know whether anybody knows some apps that you can use. But I know of QuickBooks very well. I know of Sage. That one is for accountants. And of course, but I know of Zoho also for small businesses. Yeah, they will help you.
Any question? Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. There's a question I have.
Yes, sir.
I'm into this inventory management. So I do inventory management for supermarket, pharmacy. So all I've been doing has been successful. But there's a particular client I have last year. He is into small and medium scale supermarkets.
Yes.
And he always have this rush of customers. I know when you sell, you have to record.
Yes.
So you always have rush of customers. So you find it difficult for him to record.
Okay.
So I tried to do this thing for him, but he said I should stop at the long run. So what can you say to somebody that is into that kind of situation, that has a supermarket that always have rush of customers? So finding it difficult for him to keep records.
Okay.
Because he cannot do, when you say one, you don't know. He can't.
Okay. So my question is, every supermarket, most supermarkets have they have customer, rush of customers like that, But you cannot come to buy from me without getting a receipt. Giving receipts is record keeping. That's why accountants will, there's something we call incomplete records. He has receipts, he has vouchers. So what we'll come to do is, okay, you don't have books, no problem. Bring bring your bank statements, bring your, if you have check stubs, bring your check stubs, bring your all those receipts, bring your vouchers and all that. And we sit down and we'll use them to prepare your accounts. So we call that one accountancy. After we have done that, then we'll now start auditing. So we charge you separately for that one. Okay, so what I'm trying to say therefore is, for that person, the first thing want to ask him is, what I want to ask is, when he sells, does he give receipts? So that's what you have to say. That now the thing is that you need to tell him that with the way he's running that business, it may not last. It may not last. So you have to now insist that, sir, the reason why I'm consulting for you is so that your business can be there. Number one, for your for your longevity, and also for my own liquidity. So I want this business to thrive. So, and what the first thing we have to do is that every sale you make, you must have a receipt. Having a receipt is record keeping. Now we can now take those receipts at the end of the day, maybe at the end of the week. You can even take that as an extra job. That, sir, when you have those receipts at the end of the week, I can come and help you record them. Do you understand? So that's what you need to do. So because nobody should have a business that does not have records. It's not permissible. It is divinely criminal.
Nobody should have a business that does not have record. Next question.
Good afternoon. Good
Morning.
Good morning, sir. So, sir, just my question is, let me just give an explanation or analysis. So I will now ask the question. So, what do someone that has a multi-dimensional business, does he have to keep the record of his business separately? For example, a man that owns a company that sells cars, so he sells spare parts as well. And that same man still owns a company that has car wash beside it. Then he sells spare tires and every other company that deals with car. Does he have to keep those income and all those receipts and everything from the business separately, or it has to be under a particular transaction?
Okay, good. Now, the thing is, those are different departments. Professionally, each of them could be a profit center. What we mean by profit center is that even though they are under the same company, but each company is making its own sales, making its own purchases, and all that. Now, in that case, they will keep their own records. And then, now, when they keep, then each department like that keeps their record. What the accountant in the house will now do is to bring all those records together and merge them into one as like a consolidated record or accounts for the entire business. So I would advise, it's better for him to have records for each of them separately. Why? So that he can know which one is doing well and which one is not doing well. Otherwise, you discover that he's taking this money to run this business and he doesn't know that he's actually robbing this one, to run that one.
So, sorry, in terms of the record keeping,
yes.
All the transactions, can they go into one account? Although he's still going to keep the records and every other thing and receipt?
They can go into one account. They can go into one account, but if they can, but I would advise, if it's my business, I would advise that I have separate accounts for them. It will help me to monitor them perfectly. Then I have an accountant that can do all the reconciliations. But if he wants to put them all in one account, fine, but then he may have a challenge.
Okay,
yes.
I have a question. But
yes,
first, one of the reasons why we thought this topic was very important is because it still it's tilting towards tax.
Okay.
Because we don't realize that the government, state and federal, they're now looking into people's accounts. They are finding ways to, no matter how small so far you're doing business, they are entering your account one way or the other, and it may affect you in future. But I have a question to ask, and the question is simply this: when is it time to hire an accountant? We have small businesses, we have businesses that are growing, we have big. When is the right time to get an accountant?
Okay. Let me say that you can, when we talk about having an accountant, it depends on the level of your business. You can have an accounting person without having an in-house accountant. For example, you can hire Wally, right? Sorry, no, it's not Wally. Ken. Now, we can hire Ken's company to maybe send one of his staff to come help you put your records together. Do you understand? You can do that. That's an accountant. So it comes maybe once a week. We do that, when I was running, an audit firm some years ago. One of the things I used to do is get those companies, small companies, especially the macros, the MSMEs. We just go there and just help them to put their books together. Every week we go there. That's an accountant. Now, your company grows beyond, someone that should be coming in once a week, and then because the business is now growing. You now know that if someone is not sitting down on these accounts, we may lose track of income, we may lose track of expenses of purchase and all that. Now, when that begins to happen, you discover that you may need to hire someone in-house. Now, at that time, you may not even hire a professional accountant. You may not. Because you may not need a professional accountant maybe until your business is running some millions, because the professional accountant is going to take some millions. It won't be cheap. So what can you do? You can even get an HND person or a BSc graduate, or even for some businesses an OND person, to help you with to put your records together. Now, but there comes a level that maybe you are running to tens of millions of transactions. Now you want to approach the banks to ask for loans of hundreds of. Then the way my business is going now, I really need a professional to handle my finances. Someone said that they hire chartered accountants because they have chartered money. So so when you have chartered money like that, I think that's when you need to begin to think of having a professional accountant that will be in-house, sitting on your finances. That's what I believe should happen.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Please, I want you to help us put light into a business like say somebody is a worker and maybe establish small business. Let me just make it clear that you put your wife there, say, okay, we'll be managing this one for feeding and everything, even if they run short, at the end of the month when I receive, I fill it back. Is it right? And if it's right, how do we manage it so that it can really move on well? Thank you, sir.
So, so if you want to have the business to take care of house expenses, let me say that even for it to be able to take care of household expenses, make it a business. Make it a business. Why do I say that? If that business does not have a future, the family may be stifled of funds. So what that therefore means is that if I am running this small-scale business because I want to feed my family, what I will say to myself is, what percentage of this business will go into my family? And what percentage of it will I retain in the business? Because any business that is not a going concern is dead on arrival. It has to be a going concern. Otherwise, it's dead on arrival. And for it to be a going concern, there must be liquidity. Cash, they say, is king. So there must be liquidity to run the business. So, and part of that, out of that is, okay, from every profit, because it's for feeding the family, but then at the same time, we have to keep the business running, 40% to the family, 60% back into business. And it runs like that. And then as you see the business growing, you see and of course you see also the family enjoying. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. I think the last question.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. You have.
You should not be asking me questions. You should be telling them.
Okay, so I have a little contribution and then a question. Like Mentor Emmanuel said, one of the things we can also do is to take advantage of the professionals in the house. We can develop a template for you that you can use. You can use depending when you get somebody.
Yeah.
And we should take advantage of that. As regard Brother Peter, so it may be expensive for somebody having a business that has high sales turnover. You can also codify. You can use barcode for your inventories, such that if you have the machine, any item that's going out, by the time you just apply the barcodes, it will capture it, and then automatically it will be recorded. My question is, as regard those, because the Bible says what God says to one, He says to all. As regards those that are not into business, those that are office people, employees, we think maybe because we are not into business, record keeping is not relevant. But that salary we are earning, that is our it's like our sales is monthly. One sales in a month. So how can we be able? I just wanted to share some light to help those that are into paid employment, how they can monitor their revenues in terms of their salaries and how they expense it. Thank you, sir.
Just to answer your question, I just opened. You see, this is my phone. I won't let you see it so that you don't see the figure. Every kobo that comes into my hands, I record it. Every day. If you give $1 million now, in Jesus' name, as I'm receiving it, I won't wait till tomorrow. It's gone in there. Every expense, I write it out. You know, my wife will say something when we want to do something in the house, maybe it's time for us to service the car or something. And I said, when that we did to be service the car, I said, he said, babe, it's in your record. The date is there. Because I'll just go, I'll check. Oh yeah, that's true. We service the car so time. Because the date I paid for this is there. I put it your car service. So I know. So now what I'm saying therefore is, whether you are a salary earner or you don't have a job at all, but you are expecting money to come in, record it. It shows that what you are saying to yourself is, I want to have history of what is happening to me. Now, you know, that's my record. At the end of the month, I calculate how much came into me, to my hands, and how much went out of my hands. And then I check. Okay, so this money, what did I spend it on? On this one, I should no. So next month, I won't try it again. Do you understand? So it will help you. It will help you to track where your money is going. All right, and then of course to be able to predict where your money should go next time. Very important. So whether you are working or your business, have records. Keep records of your income, and your expenses. If you buy a recharge card, write it down. I write it down. When I order a recharge card, I write it. It's there. Recharge card. When I send my wife recharge card, I write it down. Recharge card to my babe.
So that you know.
So that I know that I'm still paying dowry.
So you know where your expenses are.
Yeah, I know where.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And finally, I hear people in the process of the type of work I do, I hear people tell me, "Oh, I keep 2 records. I know one is for tax purposes, and the other one is for the real one." Is it correct to do that?
Jesus is Lord. Keep records. Keep records. That's the answer.
That's the accountant for you.
When your accountant comes, he will know what to do.
Thank you so much. Let's appreciate Reverend Sukanmi. Thank you so much, sir.